Warning, the following presentation contains cold, hard truths that might change the way you think. Viewer discretion won't do you any good now.
There are games, and there are games, and then there are games. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a From Software OG. I got into them with Elden Ring, but since then I've gotten through Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1 and 2, with 3 and Sekiro halfway up the stairway to heaven as we speak. I even played Frame Gride, the Japan-only fantasy mech game they did on Dreamcast. To put it in simple terms, I kinda like their games. And as one of my commenters put it, me getting into From Software was like discovering coffee for the first time. I'm sorry about that. I was too busy getting laid in other video games. From Software is like a warm blanket with spikes sticking out of it. If you've played one, you probably know how to play them all. And I know my play style with all these Souls games. My build is the suck build. People ask me what my build is, and I'm like, you think I planned this? I just go with the first good weapon I find and then lean into whatever makes me better with it. Please do not look at my health bar. It's always huge and embarrassing. It's like being ashamed of having a giant penis. There were just so many times where I had a lot of souls built up and I needed to grind one out. That did not sound right. Shadow of the Erdtree is the latest from our friends at the software, and it's an Elden Ring expansion that puts your From skills to the highest test. The bosses hit like a hospital bill with no insurance. The path is cryptic as shit. It's got some really absurd platforming. The absolute worst horse physics known to man. In fact, I should get a reward for beating this game. Hidetaka Miyazaki should come to my home, shake my hand, and say congratulations. Maybe present me with some kind of plaque or physical emblem that I can hang and show my guests. A lot of people have complained that Erdtree is too hard, even going as far as review bombing the expansion on Steam because of its difficulty. Did people forget what fucking company made this game? This is why I avoided these games for years. Because they're hard. Like, what happened here? Yes, the game is harder than a dinosaur turd. Some enemies are straight up cheap, but they can be overcome by beating them at their cheapness. And for anyone that has a problem with playing this way, just shut up. I really wish people would stop measuring their cocks over this game, saying that using spirit ashes or summons is akin to easy mode, or using buffs is easy mode, using magic is easy mode. If they put these things in the game, you can't insult other players for using them. And you're really not that cool for sitting in a dark room by yourself trying to do a naked level 1 speedrun or whatever you goblins do with your time. Now that we got that out of the way, Shadow of the Erdtree is basically another map tacked onto the base game of Elden Ring, along with a new progression system that is thankfully so basic it requires no extra thought whatsoever. The story is that you travel to the realm of Shadow, an alternate, death-filled version of the Lands Between. Wait, this is the death-filled version? What the hell was all this? The bigger story is a little too complicated for my pay grade of making this video. Basically, they introduce the character Maj0r, who is the son of Marika and Radagon and the brother of Millennia, and yeah, I know, you're already bored. Shadow of the Erdtree's story would make a great anime series. It's just so subtle in the game that I can't say it really hits me that hard. And even reading about it is just confusing. There's too many brothers and sisters and characters whose names begin with M. It's like this Family Feud freak show fable edition. Fuck. Now, the layout of the new map is absolutely psychotic. In a good way. Navigation is incredibly confusing. In a good way. And I wasted so much time trying to figure out where to go. in a good way. It is very rewarding to explore this world, and it bears some resemblance to the world of Dark Souls 1, where areas were interconnected in the most unpredictable ways, yet the transitions were somehow believable. Exploring places like Morth Ruins, only to find yourself in Bonnie Village, or going up and around to the Cathedral of Maj0r, then through this weird mountain shortcut into Shadow Keep. Pretty much all the major ways forward are not immediately clear by looking at the map. I mean, I thought this part was a little nuts. In order to access this whole other part of the map, you basically have to go down this random ladder over here. This is so easy to miss, and it's pretty important. There were also times where it felt like I was wandering off track, and I actually wasn't. Like when I just stumbled upon the Stone Coffin Fissure. Moments like this cemented why Elden Ring has such incredible world design. I'm a little 50-50 on the new item menu feature. I love seeing all the new stuff in one section. I just don't like that it defaults to this page. I almost have a heart attack every time I open my inventory. I'm like, what the hell is all this stuff? Where's my steed? In Shadow of the Erdtree, you're gonna need a lot of runes to level appropriately. So let's try some of these new rune items. 10,000? I can find that stuck to the bottom of my shoe. That's nothing to me. Speaking of items, how am I supposed to pronounce this? Skadu tree? Japan, we don't put U's after D's. We're comfortable just ending on D. Oh. It's actually based on Old English, and it's pronounced shadow tree. Well, that makes a hell of a lot more sense. I think it's time for our Elden Ring confusing names update. Now we've got Renala and Rolana. We've got Maj0r, Maj0r, and Maj0r. We've got Rakshasa. This may have been the actual hardest boss in the game. And by that I mean the hardest to pronounce. But I like that they continued the trend of bosses performing some horrible bodily harm on themselves to activate their full power during battle. Now there's a boss who rips off their own head. But the one you really want to keep an eye out for is Maj0r the Impaler. You know, the guy that has a snake for a penis and an anus. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. This guy really needs to get put down. He's just rabid. This expansion had very memorable bosses. In fact, I feel like they could all be characters in a Diddy Kong Racing style kart racing game. Come on, you've got the golden hippo, the fluffy dancing lion, a pretty little sunflower for the girls, the tickle monster, the huggable burning tree friend, the lovable guy who removes his eyeball. You know, I just want to say, to all the people who invaded me while I was trying to fight a boss, you couldn't measure your own penis with an electron microscope. You have subatomic genitals. Smaller than an atom. I really hate that the best new helmet is this giant, stupid thing. I can't see anything in this thing. I don't mean through the eye holes, I mean it takes up like the whole screen. But as I continued through this expansion, I realized that I really am a mixture of sucking and being good. Like, I'm using the new Frost Stomp like a total noob, but simultaneously, I'm Michael Jordan with the jumping. I mean, I do have some skills. Yet for a game with such tight jumping, the gravity physics are complete bullshit. Look at this. What the? Just fuck you. Another thing I'm realizing after playing through some of their other games is that I kind of miss the Covenants. I get that they were trying to prevent multiplayer from being very complicated, but the Covenants in Dark Souls were just so much fun to discover and utilize for different weird reasons.
You've done well to find me. Do you seek blood?
I removed my balls for the Lord. Will you do the same? Do you have like a business card I can take? I'll be in touch. Now, it's no secret that the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree is hard. Some people have downright said no to this fight, whatever that means. And my own experience with this boss was so shocking, I just have to tell you about it. This is what happened when I finally beat Radahn. I was off to a really bad start, but thanks to me being a blasphemous bro, wasn't too hard to get to phase 2. Okay, now he's really pissed. Oh yeah. This move sucks. I'm finally able to dodge it. That's something. Nope. Oh. Okay. That's not good. No more potions. This is it. And here's where I get really stupid. For the blasphemous brotherhood! I got really stupid there. He killed me. But at the last second, my mimic kills him. That is how I beat Radahn. Now, if you're unhappy with a victory like this, well, it's not like the game lets me try again. That's it. He is gone. I mean, I guess I could manually reload my save file, but nah, I'm good. I don't think I'll have much trouble living with this. Overall, this expansion may be the best part of Elden Ring. I can't really say that for a fact, but it's also hard to argue against it. The boss design, the sheer blueprint of it all, the fact that it somehow doesn't feel extraneous, the fact that it was so hard people actually got butthurt, but it's also totally doable by an idiot like myself. This region had some of the most beautiful areas in the game, some of the wildest enemy design in the game, and some of the most fun exploration I've ever done in any game. Elden Ring made the whole From Software endeavor seem doable. I think it made it a little more accessible. Easier in places, harder in others, but ultimately, it got people like me to get over their wussiness to this franchise. I don't have much From Software left to get through. I've even started messing with the knockoffs, it's gotten that bad. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with this company right now. Mainly because it's just really hard to do a search on them. Look at this. What the fuck? But maybe that's a testament to how hard their games are. To anyone that hasn't played these games because they seem too hard, you'd be surprised at what you're capable of. When you see how good the games actually are, you'll get the motivation to beat it. And to anyone that pretends it's not hard, or acts like a gatekeeping douche about these games, you can go right on ahead and fuck yourself. Will you remove your balls for the Lord? Smithy, let's see your clippers. See you next time. Ow! Ow!